Hey guys, Tattoo for You Richard here, and it is time for a video. I am doing a video response today. I'm going to do Vince Venturella's topic of the week, which his topic of the week this week is converting. That is right up my alleyway. I don't typically do these. I always think about it, and then my mind goes blank, and I forget because I have all these other things I'm doing too, like making the Tyrannid videos and the other videos. Well, Tyrannids are done, except for a little sneaky treat that I got in because I scored one super duper cheap on eBay. Really cheap. I won't say how cheap because it was cheap. Not $20, that's for dang sure. Way less. Way less. So now I can make my daughter have a Flying Hive Tyrant and a Swarm Lord. Complete 2 full models. Yay, baby! So anyway, back to Vince Venturella's topic of the week. And this week's topic is converting. And that one is right up my alley, dude. Cool, let's just talk about conversions, shall we? We are in this hobby to have fun, right? So we go to the store with our little monies and we're like, yes, I'm going to create me an army of something awesome and epic. And then you look out there and there's armies everywhere. Armies galore. Armies for days. Weeks and years. Your wallet may not have that much in there to go that long. But you see all this fun stuff in front of you. Now, you get home, bust open your models, you look at your kit, and you're like, man, this kit is so awesome. I get to build it like this. And then you're like sitting there thinking, I was like, oh, Steve down the road, or Billy Bob, Joe Jack, Jimmy John down the street, he has the same model built the same way. He may even play the same army. Same faction or chapter in the army. Like if you're doing Space Marines. Space Marines! My wife was here, she'd kick me in my nuggets because she's tired of hearing the word Space Marine. I said it again. But anyway, you're sitting there looking at your kit and you're like, oh man, this is a cool, awesome kit, but I'm going to build it up the same way as him. I could paint it different, but it's still going to be the same kit. What to do, what to do, what to do. So then there's other people do conversions. Why not? You take a kit and you personalize it. His first question was, what do you think of conversions? I think they're awesome. I think they're amazing. Taking a model kit, looking at it, and making it fit your army the best that it can. Fit your personality, fit your army's fluff. If you have a storyline fluff on your army, like I do, I go for Macross Sept Tau. My daughter's Tyrannid army has her fluff. You know, they're all the snow Tyrannids. Bioplasma is frost plasma. Their energy weapons, the Tyrannid energy weapons, shoot out giant biofrost balls of energy. She freezes things, and then the Ripper Swarms come in and shatter the frozen things and devour the ice crystals and feed them to the cesspools or whatever. Fluff. You have your fluff, you want to make your models match your fluff. Okay? So with my Macross Sept, I wanted to make them, I'm trying to lean away, do it kind of semi-far sight, Enclave-esque. You know, maybe not using ethereals, however you say them. So I wanted to go more natural, more... I don't even know how to describe it right now. We'll get on the fluff of them later. But I definitely wanted to take the kits and make them mine. And build them to my own... what I saw in my fluff. Like, take my Riptides. I don't have one in here handy. They're on the other room. But on my Riptides, the first one I built normal, which I wish I hadn't. But the second ones, I saw a conversion online. I loved it. A guy took the 2 jump packs on the back of the Riptide, and he combined them together. And then you do a little trimming on the back of the Riptide to get the little vent housing off behind it. Here I have the Commander, and the Commander to me is like a smaller version of the Riptide. But so the Commander has this back here. It's kind of so does the Riptide, has that little vent housing. Well, you cut that off, and then you take the two jump packs that are on either side and you bring them in together. So it's a single pack in the middle. And I do it because I look at my Riptides as being, I want them to look more mobile. And for me, I imagine having the pack closer together creates this thrust, more triangulated to make them move faster or whatever, you know, make them jump faster, do their business faster. I just like the way that looked. That's in that my thinking. That's my thinking, right? The other thing is the standard Riptide. When it starts out, it comes with twin link missile pods. Another one of those conversions is on the little chest on the Riptide. There's those two intakes on either side of the chest. You get the Land Speeder Typhoon, the one with the two missile launchers. Well, that front piece on the little missile launcher, the plastic piece, you do a little trimming on the Riptide's intake valves before you put the fronts on. You trim off this little tab, and you can glue those right on the front and just situate them where they're perfectly center. And it has twin link missile pods coming right out of the chest. I think that's awesome. It makes it look cool. It makes it again, it gives it more of a sleekness. You don't have these big old bulky missile pods hanging off the top of the Riptide, or like the first Riptide I did, I have them where I can mount them on either side of the forearm. So yes, it's she because it's Miria from Robotech. So she does the fister into your face with rocket pods. No, this way they're more streamlined and slick. The only issue is, you people who are hardcore WYSIWYG, these Riptides will only ever be missile pod Riptides for them. Other people I could probably get away with saying, okay, those missile pods aren't really there. Here's the twin-linked plasma guns or twin-linked fusion cannons, fusion blasters on their arm. But yeah, again, that's making it more mine. I even did Big Ben Riptide. I had the back bits to a burst cannon, the heavy burst cannon that they carry, but I didn't have the front bits. So I took a marker, cut it to a good length, the same length as the burst cannon, glued it on the front, added some little extra detail-y bits, and I painted it up. It looks like a big, heavy plasma gun. I can make rules for that, or I could just say it's a cool little burst cannon. You know, either way. It's, again, making it more mine, making the Army feel more me. And then we have, what do I think on other people's conversions? Do it, man. Do it. Seriously, if you're not afraid of it, that's another thing on here. Are you afraid of conversions? I'm not, obviously. I'll take a brand new kit, hack it up. I bought a Sky Shark or Sun Shark bomber, and I hacked it up. I got it in. As soon as it walked in the door, I was cutting the wings off of it. I may have only slid them backwards, but I hacked it up. I don't build it the way it comes. I have two variants. I have my Sun Shark bomber and my Razor Shark Skyfighter. One, the wings are moved way back to the back. That's the bomber. And the other one, they're just slightly moved back. And that's the Razor Shark fighter. But the back wings, both the back tail fins are flipped upward instead of downward. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of doing it. And if you're afraid of it, I understand why. No one wants to take an expensive kit, the kit they paid $50, $60 for, hack it up. I honestly, if I had the money and could do it, I would buy a Forge World kit and convert the crap out of it. I would hack it up wherever I could, you know? I mean, for me, it's part of the fun in it, honestly. And just, like I said, making it me, making it my own. How I feel about other people's conversions, we'll go back onto that now that we talked about people who are afraid of conversions. Again, if you're not afraid of it, if you're not too nervous about doing it, you feel comfortable, give it a try. Do it. If you are afraid of it, you are worried about spending all this money on a kit, start small. Pick something small. Take go buy a Space Marine attack bike. I know it's a little expensive. And if you're an orc player, orcs are the best for converting. Go buy a little Space Marine attack bike on eBay or a regular Space Marine bike on eBay and convert the crap out of it into an orc bike. You know, orcs are scroungers. They like to grab bits and bobs and cut them up and hack and slash them and put things. Extend the front rakes on that bad boy. Chopper it out, you know. Make it look like a bobber. Take off some of the little fairings. Get it going. Put a suicide shifter. Yeah, do something cool like that, you know. Start small. Don't be afraid. It goes back to my video I made yesterday. Don't be afraid of the failure. Do the failure, mess up, and go, now I see where I went wrong. I shouldn't have cut there. I should have cut here. I should have put this there to stabilize this piece that I just cut off and glued or whatever. Don't be afraid to do it. If the other people who do it, that is awesome. Keep it up, man. The only time I really would have an issue of it is if they're saying, like you said on there, Vince, that a guy flipped a can on its side and called it a rhino. That's like almost a different prospect. That's not a conversion. That's someone using something as a proxy. That's a good topic for a video if you haven't done it already, is proxies, which I bet you probably have. Knowing you do everything because you're awesome. But that goes back to proxies. Proxies are stuff that, like, say, my towel. We'll talk about that some other time. But issues with conversions for other people's would be if they do something like that. They convert something in a way, say it's a tank, like a flat-out rhino tank driving on the ground, but then it's clearly they set it up like it's a flyer. I wouldn't necessarily have a huge issue with that. To me, I'll look at it and be like, oh, it's a cool conversion. The build is awesome. I don't see it in my own personally as what you're saying it is, but it's still coolish. Again, it goes back to kind of proxies, which I guess conversions and proxies can work together if you think about it. I'm gonna get off that. I'll get off this question because that one's, yeah, it's awkward in my head. I can't get it spit right. So yeah, other people's conversions, cool. Do it. The cooler, the better. You know, just do it. How do you like to convert? That's what I wrote down. I'm not sure. I can't remember what exactly your wording was. How do I like to convert? However I can. Whatever bit swapping or complete overall hack and slash. All of the above, man. I tend to do, like, if I'm converting a figure, like say these guys. Sorry about the box. So what I have here is my Tau kind of command. And then over here we have a earth cast on the end, non-combatant. His arm broke off, but I got to do some rework on that. But so all that, I use a Catachin, Imperial Catachin soldier. Cut the lower legs off from his knees down, and glued some Tau legs on there. And then here we have a little earth cast guy. You know, he looks like a mechanic. He's out there working on stuff. He would be working more if his arm wasn't broken off. But I didn't even realize his hand was broken off there, honestly. But then we have that guy. And then we have my tank commander. You know, you're not even going to see his lower legs, but I did the same thing. I just cut off the feet of a Imperial Guard guy and then glued the Tau leg on there. And as for the hands, since Tao's they have 3 fingers and 1 thumb, I just literally trimmed off the pinky on all these guys to make it work. Same for this guy. I wanted him to be like a commander, like say a colonel or something. You know, you have your high commander, and then you have my colonel or my general below him or whatever. So same thing. That's a Cadian shock troop. Did the same thing with the feet. Cut them off and added the Tau on there. Really, the only thing that's not Tau or not Cadian on here is the head and the legs, the lower legs, the feet. And then we have Supreme Commander Gloval. This is him out of his crisis suit in his everyday gear. I wish I could focus good on it, but I think I did a video of him before, just kind of had him in there. Once I'm done with everything good, I'll do it like a separate showcase video later on down the line. But this is the same deal. You know, I glued a pistol on him. You know, took a again, the Cadian command sprue. Cut the lower legs off, added the towel legs. My hand is right in front of the camera. I can't see where I'm floating. Glued a... actually, that's a Cadian knife on there. I just glued some plasticard, some really thin styrene, warmed it up and kind of made it flow a little bit like ribbon. Painted it up like the ribbon that's typically on a bonding knife. Gave him his little towel pistol on the side. You know, did him up real nice, man. The only thing I would have did different is on my towel, I get rid of the antenna. So he has his antenna on there. I kind of wish I didn't, but anyway. So yeah, that's for my figure conversions. I'll do head swaps, even apparently feet swaps. As far as vehicles, this is dusty. It's been on my shelf for a while. I haven't painted it up yet or primed it or anything. But I like it sometimes, like expensive kits. I can't afford them. So like the Arvest lighter from Forge World, I really like that ship for some reason. I see that as something out of a space movie. You know, it leaves the ship, leaves the ground, goes up the shuttlecraft, goes up to the space station or whatever. So I really like that kit, but I can't afford it, obviously. So I built my own. And I'm trying to think of all the parts I've used on this. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, here it is. Here's my Arvest lighter conversion. There's it from the front, side, top, bottom, and then the rear. And this opens. A little magnet in there. So I made this more or less for a diorama, because the whole top still comes off. So I could paint inside. Maybe even, I was going to add lights to it, but I'm probably not anymore. But yeah, that is my Arvest lighter conversion. And so what we have on it, the main body, the main part of the hull, all this, and of course the jets and stuff, the landing gear, all that is from the Valkyrie. My pencil is poking me in my neck. The Valkyrie kit. No, I didn't, on that one I didn't buy a whole kit. We have bits dealers over here. You can find them on eBay. I just picked up random, the hull of the ship, because I looked at it and I saw it and I thought, man, that would work really good. And then I was looking at I have the Storm Talon gunship and then the Storm Raven. Those two. I had a complete Storm Talon kit. The whole kit, the works. I got it just to hack the front off, but I got it cheap. I got it for like 20 bucks on eBay, the entire kit. So I had all those spare scroungy parts, you know, little bits and bobs here and there for detail work. But mainly I wanted this, the front cockpit area, you know. And ultimately I looked at this and I wish I had built it to where I could remove it, like an escape pod, because it's got those thrusters underneath. But I didn't. So anyway, I got that kit just for this. The glass was broken, cracked. So I glued it all back together, and that's why it's all frosted. So I'm just going to paint it over. I didn't put the bottom machine guns on. I built like this little sensor array, and what's funny is when it lands, that sensor array is almost touching the ground. Like, it is right there, dude. It is pretty close. Trying to think what else. It's got a few weapons. You know, it's got the last cannons here. Oh yeah, I added those on too. I hacked the tip off some last cannons that came with the kit and glued them on the front. So it had the last cannons on the front, and it's got the missiles on the wings. Two side lights here on either side. I think I do need to do a little bit more detail work up top here. Kind of flesh that out a little bit. Maybe some kind of build it up so it looks like something that would be holding it in place, or just it looks like it's inside of it. So this could look like it detaches. Top bits, again, are just random bits. This is the back of a Land Raider that I had. Back when I got back in the hobby, I had a Land Raider that I had gotten, and I had it forever. And unfortunately, when I got it, I received one. They had the side sprues for each track. Well, I had received like 2 rights or whatever. They forgot, they put the wrong one in there. So I had contacted them and I said, "Hey, blah blah blah, I got this. It has 2 of that." And they're like, "Oh, no problem. We'll send you. We'll fix it. We'll send you the replacement parts." So I was like, "Oh, cool. Awesome. Right on." It showed up as a full another kit, a brand spanking new kit. This was several years ago. They don't do that anymore. They send you literally just the piece you're missing. But they sent me the entire Land Raider kit. So I was like, well, crap. Awesome. So I had this full kit plus a whole nother kit with 2 of the same sides. Had I just hopped on eBay, thought about it back then, or if they were doing it back then, I could have just bought the other bit on eBay. But I'm glad I didn't, because I had this whole other kit that I could use for bits for things, for converting and stuff like that. And so I had leftovers like this. The other pieces I used for terrain bits and, wreckages and stuff. But, yeah, dude, this is probably one of my major conversions. Like one of the first conversions I did getting back into the hobby. And this is just like, again, you look at the original, what I went after doesn't look anything like it. The Arvest lighter has shorter wings and stuff like that. Body type is similar, like size-wise, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, dude, I convert away, man. It's so much fun. I use plasticard on it, too. Really first time using plasticard, and not as good as it could be, but it's enough to fill the gaps in that were there to make these engines fit better. I'm trying to think of what else, dude. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say on it other than conversions really bring your army together and really allow it to become your army, to be what it needs to be and be yours. So for those of you out there who haven't tried converting yet, give it a shot. Like I said, hop down, buy something super cheap, get on eBay, find scrap parts, find bit slots, buy a few bit slots or whatever, buy someone selling a junked kit that they didn't need all the parts for, but it looks like it's practically a whole kit. I've seen several of them on there recently of Storm Talons that were just missing a few pieces. Hop on there, buy something like that. Look at the bits, just sit for a minute and think. Open up your mind, use your imagination, and imagine the world. Imagine anything you can do, anything you can come up with. Imagine you're a Tau Earthcast. You're tasked to build a super sleek skimmer, open top skimmer. Scragguard just did his contest was a bits box challenge. Take your bits box and build something out of it. So I sat there and thought I wanted something that was like a Jeep, a Tau Jeep, like a mobile, something to go around the base, get around the base in. So I built my Tau little lionfish. It's a little bitty Jeep looking thing, Front half's a part of a piranha. Back half is the interior of a devilfish, Just imagine, put that in your head. Imagine you're a tech priest or something like that, and you were tasked to rebuild this ancient tech or something, or whatever. I know you're not supposed to do that. You don't mess with the Imperium stuff. They just cut and cookie cutter. Don't touch it. Imperior says so. But just imagine things like that. Just have fun. Have fun with it. Chaos stuff, throw extra bits and spikes and bobs. All right. Orc stuff, don't get me started. Chewing gum, sticks, and a cannon. They're good to go. You just wait. Once I get through the steps I'm going and I get back onto the orcs real quick, You'll see. I'm looking for 2 Mr. Potato Heads. I just need 2 Mr. Potato Heads and 2 Orcanauts and Morcanauts kits. And I'm golden. So guys, I love you. I thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this topic. I'm going to try to do these topics of the weeks more often. I'll even try to do the Warhammer one, since I don't play Warhammer, don't do anything Age of Sigmar, anything like that, but I'd like to. I might even try to get into those and work on those a little bit for the topic of the week. But anyway, guys, I love you so much. Check out Vince's channel. He does a cool topic of the week. He does the Warhammer Weekly. Really, really fantasy oriented, which is cool. He does some awesome work. He has his chips. He has his chips. Chips are technically cheats and tips together. He calls them cheaters, the dealies, but it's his tips, how he does things, how he paints, and things like that. Go check him out. He's super awesome. Again, check out Scrag Guard too, since I did mention him in this video. He's a super duper cool cat. Really awesome guy. All these cats are super awesome. I love all of you. Thank you so much for being the rockinest community on YouTube and in the whole world. I love you guys. As always, keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. I'll see you on the flip side.